back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today I just wanted to chat about single strand knots. Now, if you are a kinky corally like me, I am all four type. I have 4A in the crown of my head, and I have 4B around this area, and then the lower area, my nape and all that is 4C. So my 4C, y'all, 4C and 4B, it be giving me the blues, hard times all the time. Those single strand knots is no joke. Like, yeah, your hair be super cute and popping and stuff, and you do your little wash and goes, and you know, you let it shrink up and curl up and everything, but come wash day, I promise you it's gonna be disastrous. Maybe not the first time, but probably about the second or third time. It's inevitable. As long as it's tightly coiled, like type 4 hair, you're always gonna face single strand knots, and that's just where one strand of hair has a knot on it. It could be in the middle, it can be at the top, it can be at the bottom. Most commonly, mine is at the bottom or close to the bottom, and I have to snip it off. I don't recommend that you leave the single strand knot on there, although you can, but your hair ain't gonna be feeling smooth and nice, and if you leave it, you're at risk of getting more knots. And if you leave the knot in your hair, more hairs get tangled up in that one little knot, and you end up having to cut off a bunch of hair, or a bunch of strands of hair, shall I say, instead of just cutting that one strand of hair. Just cut it off. That's my opinion, but you can do what you want to do. So as you guys notice, most of the time my hair is twisted. It's in single twist, but I just style my twist. I do wear my hair out. I'm not saying you can't wear your hair out. That's crazy. You can wear your hair out, but just be really, really, really mindful of how you're wearing it. Like, I like to wear my hair in a fro, but now that it's gotten longer, it more so hangs more than it froze out. So I'm really cautious with that. If I do wear it out like that, I normally like to wear it where I don't have shoulders, like I'm wearing a shirt that's like cuts across the shoulders or cuts across the chest, because my hair doesn't have so much, you know, friction, and friction causes your hair to tangle up. And I try, most of the time I usually wear my hair in some kind of ponytail or some kind of puff or something where it's off the shoulders, just so it doesn't rub and tangle up and I'm at risk of having these single strand knots. So, you know, that's something you want to be careful of. The way you're wearing your hair, definitely you have to keep your hair moisturized and trimmed. I know y'all want to hear about the trim word, but if you don't trim your hair, you are at high risk, in the red zone of getting single strand knots, and it's just going to ruin your hair long term. So you might have to just go ahead and dust your ends, clip your ends. If you see single strand knots, cut it off. I don't save them. Like, I carry a pair of shears with me everywhere I go. Even when my hair is twisted like this, I usually don't have too much cut single strand knots, but I got little flyaways, y'all. My hair, it's not all the same length. I have some broken hair in here, especially in my crown area, and so I have short hair all in here. It's just laying down right now because your girl knows how to lay her hair down and make it look good. It's just an illusion, because if I was to get my hair wet or if I start sweating, you'll see all this hair sticking up. So sometimes in that area, even though my 4A hair doesn't tend to give me a lot of single strand knots like my 4B and my 4C, I still do sometimes have that, because I guess it's our hair type, y'all. Like, especially if I'm constantly wearing like hats or scarves or anything on my hair is causing that friction, it will sometimes get knots. So I just clip it. You know, just go to the knot, cut it right above the knot. It's not going to hurt nobody. It's not hurting you. So just clip it off. So, and another thing, like I was saying, if you want to make sure that your hair is well moisturized, that is key. That is key. Stay with me. That is key. Because if you keep your hair soft, manageable, moisturized, you lessen your chances of getting single strand knots. Now, you're not going to prevent them, but you're going to lessen it. So go ahead and experiment if you want to. let your hair dry out and wear it dry for a week versus wearing it moisturized for a week, and see what the difference is in your single strand knots. So what I do is I wash my hair. I try to do it once a week, y'all. Like I said, this stuff, it's a process. It takes me about 4 or 5 hours to literally from start to finish do a wash day. So I don't really like to do that, but so sometimes your hair gets a little lazy. So sometimes I'll stretch it. The longest I've stretched my wash day has been 3 weeks, but most of the time I do 2 weeks. But I am aiming to go back to once a week, because when I used to wash my hair once a week and deep condition once a week, my hair was flourishing. Like when I say my hair just took off. But now that I've been more so lazy and doing 2 or 3 weeks, it's like, I don't know if my hair is stunting or if it's just like, all right, I'm about to rest right here. I made it to this point. I'm tired now. I don't know. But I try to incorporate washing my hair and deep condition when you wash it. Always scrub that scalp, y'all. Keep that scalp nice and clean. And wash your hair in twists. That way it's not tangling up while you're washing it. And washing it, I do loose twists. So I leave it more so loose in the crown area, and then I kind of twist it more tightly towards the end. So that way I can get underneath there and scrub my hair and wash it. And then as I go through, I do chunky twists. So probably about 8 twists total on my head. And then I just take it down, wash the whole section, put my conditioner in it, wrap it on up, keep on going. And I let my hair deep condition. Now rinse it out in the twist. And then when I'm styling my hair, I leave it in the twist and do one section at a time. And I'm making sure that I'm thoroughly moisturizing. Usually I don't use moisturizers, but you can use the moisturizers if that's your thing. I use a leave-in conditioner. Right now I'm using TGIN. I think it's Super Moist. That sounds gross, but I think that's what it's called. Deep conditioner, or leave-in conditioner, sorry. So I do that, and then I top it with a hair grease, because it works best with my hair. It keeps my hair softer and moisturized longer. So when I do my style, so I let my hair out, I normally try to have it up, but if I decide to wear it down, I just try to be careful about the material that I'm wearing, and I try not to leave it down for too long, because that back, y'all, it'd be like a whole war back there when it's time to do wash day. Like, they be all tangled up, like they don't get along. They be fighting and always trying to choke each other out. So I try not to leave my hair down like that too often, because it does tangle up. When I'm going to bed, I just push my hair up into a pineapple, and that's where you just take all your hair and just push it up, put a scarf around it, and I just put a bonnet over top. All silk or satin. That way you limit the friction on your hair and you limit the amount of single strand knots. Now, I used to, if my hair was worn down, I would just put it into a back ponytail, put my scarf around the top so my edges can be laid down, and then I put my headscarf, my bonnet on. But with that, let me tell y'all, I was getting a lot of single strand knots with that, and I was noticing my ends I was getting a lot more split ends. And I think that's because I'm a back sleeper. So even though I had on silk, a silk bonnet and everything, it's the friction of, you sleeping on the back of your head, your hair's in this puff, and it's all tangling up. I just don't recommend it. I don't suggest it. But if it works for you, do it. But I just always say, if it's out, pull it up to the top of your head and go on to bed, girl. Alright, man. That's why I like my twist too, because it's so easy. All I do is put on my scarf and I put on my bonnet and I go to bed. And I don't have to worry about, gotta put it up, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, it's easy. I know that everybody doesn't like twists. It ain't the fashionable thing to wear, but it works if you want to retain length. And if you want to avoid single strand knots, you want to wear your hair twisted at least 80% of the time, in my opinion. But y'all let me know what you think. That share whatever you do, your night routine, your day routine, how you avoid single strand knots. And if you have any suggestions, recommendations for anybody, put it down in the comments below. Let's be polite and courteous and keep the conversation going. And we will talk next time. Bye.